I saw what appeared to be a woman walking on that second floor. Kind of saw her going past that middle window.
One day as she was driving up and she got out of the car, she saw a woman's in the window upstairs.
And he's the one that passed away in the house, right?
Yep. I'm pretty sure he did.
I feel sorrow in cemeteries.
Sunny, and in that room earlier, the cannonball just went off for the 4th time.
So he said that you knew a lot about the little paranormal side, maybe, to the house.
Just a few
Just
stories,
a little bit.
yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
go on in.
Okay.
Ladies first.
Yes,
Like me
ma'am.
to-
You go right ahead.
Okay.
Watch your step.
Yes, sir. It is gorgeous in here.
A lot of the old things that were here for many, many years. People on the wall, and just a lot of knickknacks that were acquired through the years. Matthews was a port of entry. A lot of seamen used to come through here over the years, and they had to make things do what they had. You can see a lot of the old locks and things
Yeah.
were made by hand, and it's quite an engineering that they had the ability to do some of the things that they needed to have done back in those days. This is
So there are some potential deaths in the house that could
Yes.
cause some of that activity.
Yeah.
And then you've heard of different stories. What stories have you heard?
We had a lady that cleaned periodically over there, and she was very adamant about there being spirits there. And one day as she was driving up and she got out of the car, she saw a woman's in the window upstairs.
Oh, wow.
Go.
All right, so when you were inside the house and I was out here alone, I saw upstairs on that second floor in that middle window, I saw what appeared to be a woman kind of walking past.
my mother here in her childhood years.
Oh, wow.
Her name was Betty Ann Mary Richardson. I guess you'd call this the dining room. And, a lot of these are relatives, and actually my mother, I have a tape.
So your mom lived here?
No, she
No.
didn't, but this is him and her family. And ironically, my parents lived right up the road about a mile, but they would live here in the summers. So they just enjoyed it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how they used to come and do, and we'd entertain. We've had weddings here, funerals here, a lot of family gatherings through the years.
Okay.
And then we had the friend from Richmond who had 2 little girls, and she walked into the house and immediately said, who are all these people? So, and she was a very sensitive little girl, spiritually, and she had like a sixth sense.
An old center hall style. This is probably this part right through here is the original oldest part of the house. Right through here. And they call this like a telescope house. They kept adding on to the ends, and expanding that way to add more rooms and space.
Now, are you able to tell us who she is?
I think that is our cousin Margaret, and I think that is a self-portrait. I believe that's right. My brother Ben thinks that's the true story, but I think and she was a very famous artist herself. Her husband did this.
His nephew used to spend the night over there a lot, Benjamin, and he would see a lady walking, he said. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's what that's.
Oh, the weirdest thing happened though. His sister and her husband, and he's a doctor, a retired doctor in Richmond, they came a lot of weekends and spent the night. And in the middle of the night, the telephone rang and woke them both up and thought something horrible had happened. And anyway, the bedroom is at one end of the house, and it took them a minute to get to but by when they answered the phone, there was no one there. And then the next day they realized the phone wasn't even hooked up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then our cousin who gave the property to my mother, she was a famous scientist, Margaret Murray Ledoux. And we call this the jellyfish room. Her nephew would take her out in a skiff, and she would collect what we call the old four-eyes jellyfish. And she would have those put in big, huge jars and shipped to Baltimore, Johns Hopkins University, and different places for study. And she was very famous in cancer research.
Oh, that's awesome.
Years ago. And there's a plaque up there that tells a little bit about her. But the storm took out this room, and so we had to rebuild this one section on it. And this old desk here has got some notoriety. We've always been told that this was President James Monroe's wife's desk that he made in Paris for her.
Oh, wow.
This, her, Margaret's father was Archibald Campbell Murray was his name. And he didn't like Archibald Campbell.
Is that why the name was so
And he took it out.
I was going to ask.
He was kind of an eccentric, very brilliant. These books all were Greek and Latin, and he just would read them and make a note in the margin, and just a very famous. But Margaret Murray, as you can see on that plaque, and this one here, a little bit about her background. She multiple sclerosis research. If you could go over at night, just take the pot off here.
Oh my goodness, is that what that was?
The pot was down below. There you go.
I was going to be curious earlier. No. That is so funny.
Some of the stories you will hear kind of took place in this room.
Yeah.
So you talk to my wife and my nephew too. It was always some connection with this, someone walking in this room.
So, what experiences have you had in the house?
Well, I'm not I don't scare very easily, and we live next to a graveyard. It's never bothered me. I've stayed here many nights by myself, and I had, I think it was around when 9/11 happened, I wanted to put up an American flag, and there was a big one over there in the foyer, and I said, well, I'll go over there and, get that and put it at the end of the lane. And so it was around 5 o'clock, and it was kind of shadowy, and all of a sudden I realized I was in that house by myself, and I was petrified. I could not get out of that house quick enough. I've just now in the last year or two will go in there during the day, but when I open the door I'll say, hello everybody, it's just me.
Just let them know
because you
everything's
just,
there.
it's something I feel that's,
No, you
there
feel
are
a
people
presence.
in that house.
Absolutely.
Spirits.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's their home, and
Mhm.
no one else is living in it. No one's bothering it. So.
Get up. Just push it there.
Making me come alone.
He's the one
That's that was a scientist, correct? They lived in Canada.
He did. He's
He
from
did.
Canada.
Okay.
She lived here.
Gotcha.
But she was a very famous scientist. When she died, we had people at the church, Russia, China, all over. They came for her service.
And he's the one that passed away in the house, right?
Yep. I'm pretty sure he did. He was kind of a weirdo.
Canadians. What kind of feelings you get, Jess?
Here, I always feel sorrow in cemeteries, but they are peaceful at the same time.
Yeah, this is
But I don't feel anything in particular here. No, not like back at the house.
He's probably, I'm not sure.
After setting up all of our cameras, checking all of our equipment, we kicked off our investigation the only way we know how.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Beyond the badge. Christmas time. At the Williamsdale house. Investigation.
For the ghosts.
The ghost. Beyond the badge. Here's to 2024. 2024. And all the adventures. Alright, we're good.
Listen, beyond the badge, we're trying to come up with a new term because everyone else gets a new term for who they are and how they feel and things like that. So, ghosts can't speak for themselves. So we need to speak for them. And I think instead of using the term haunting, we need to use a different term, perhaps inhabited, dwellers, something that doesn't have such a negative connotation to it. UFOs, they're not called UFOs anymore, they're called UAPs. Right? So I think we need to start developing something different.
I don't know if you're ready.
I got you.
All right, everybody smile. It's the video picture.
Yeah, the video. Oh yeah.
Smile, 1, 2, 3, good.
Give me a picture.
I think we're good.
Okay, all right, I'm leading the prayer. All right. Father God, we thank you so much for the gift of each other. We're so thankful for having both of them today. They have been such a blessing to us. We're so thankful that they've opened the doors to the home, to the doors to...
While we were visiting Sonny and Connie, we caught some strange evidence on our static camera. If you look closely in the middle hallway door frame, you'll see a flash of light. We're going to zoom in closer so you can see it better. Now, there were no cars outside, and there was no one in the home. This is where all the activity is reported to happen. We also caught some orb activity in the jellyfish room. We're going to zoom in so you can see it better. This would not be the only time we would have strange occurrences in the jellyfish room.
EVP session 1. Jeremy all by himself in the house. I'm all alone. I would love to make contact with you. If you'd like to speak to me, you can do so in this device I have in my hand. I'd really love to hear your voice. I really want to tell your story.
We're going to be here all night. But right now, it's just me and you. If you'd like to speak to me, do so in this device. Did you used to live here? What's your name? Are you comfortable with us being in your home?
I'm all alone. I would love to make contact with you. If you'd like to speak to me, you can do so in this device I have in my hand. I'd really love to hear your voice. I really want to tell your story. We're going to be here all night. But right now, it's just me and you. If you'd like to speak to me, do so in this device. Did you used to live here? What's your name?
I received no voices on the digital voice recorder and decided to head upstairs. Upstairs is where Sonny says all of the activity occurs, and it's where Jess saw a lady standing in the window.
So I'm up here. It's going to be tricky. Just trying to make some contact with you. I mean no harm. I have a device in my hand. It's got an orange light on it. If you speak into that device, it will be able to hear your voice. There's a box on the floor. If you come near that, it'll go off.
Over the next 15 minutes, I received no voices on the digital voice recorder. There was an eerie calm about the house. I decided to move on with the investigation. Jess, who was feeling a connection with Betty, Sonny's mom, decided to do a spirit box session in the jellyfish room.
You have the most beautiful home. You have the most beautiful home. You're so thankful that you let us come here today. Did you have anything that you wanted to say? I know all of this is really new to you. You've never seen it before. Like I said, this device just picks up your voice. Lets me hear you.
I keep hearing voices. I keep hearing voices.
We've read so much about your family and we've heard so much about your family. Is there anything that you wanted to say about your family that we haven't already heard? Nothing that I have will hurt you.
What we capture through the spirit box is absolutely amazing. It's an intelligent response to Jessica's statement. Listen again and see if you hear, "I know that."
Nothing that I have will hurt you. That was really good, thank you. Do you have anything else you wanted to say to me? Is it okay that we're here? I know this is a lot in your space and we don't want to be disrespectful. You want to come talk into the speaker for me? Put it down.
We received no more voices through the spirit box, so we decided to move the investigation to the second floor.
Alright, so we came upstairs to see if we can communicate with you better up here. Is this the same spirit or are we talking to somebody else? There's somebody different in this room. I've seen you on our camera moving around up here.
Did I hear that?
Alright, so we came upstairs to see if we can communicate with you better up here. Is this the same spirit or are we talking to somebody else? There's somebody different in this room. I've seen you on our camera moving around up here.
Did I hear that? I keep hearing a man's voice a lot.
I also saw you when I was outside. And is the woman in here now? Or is there somebody else in here? You're in the house right now. You're welcome to come where we are. Did you have anything that you wanted to say? Is it okay that we're here? Come right on up to this box. It doesn't hurt you. Come right on up to this box. It doesn't hurt you. Did you have anything you wanted to say to your family? Are we alone in this room?
So we received no more voices through the spirit box and decided to head downstairs. The girls needed to take a break and headed to Sunny and Connie's house. They were very emotional when they returned, and they had an incredible story to tell.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. All right, hold on.
No, seriously, I want to
Okay,
cry.
all right.
Go ahead and film it.
Okay, so
Record.
swear. We went over just to go to the restroom, and they asked us just about, like, you know how they've been asking us all night, like, oh, what have you seen, da, 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 da. And so we told them what we saw, and I started talking about the jellyfish room and who I saw back there. And I described her and the picture, and she looked like the picture next to the chair. It's Sunny's mom. Her name is Betty Ann. And then they brought me her perfume, and we could smell it, and it was her perfume, and then he hugged us. No, it was a whole moment over there, but I'm super emotional because I've seen his mom. So Sunny's mom is with us this evening, which is really awesome.
And so, like, before you got here to Ford, we were, like, her and I were in that room, and we smelt some perfume, and we told the wife that, and she brought out, like, this box of, like, fragrance, and she was like, is it this? And I literally was like, oh my god, that's it. And that was what she used to keep in her room.
And this week he got a letter in the mail from his mother that was sent in 1970, but got this week alone when we came. Just showed up. We have the picture of the article and the picture of the letter.
Yeah,
it's
I got the letter.
The wildest thing I have ever.
So he received this letter, and his mom was gone for years. And he just received it this week.
Yeah.
It's on the newspaper and everything.
So we came, and he was like, and you saw my mom, and he was so emotional, and it was such a moment over there.
Well, that's the whole point of doing it.
Yeah.
Her name is Betty Ann. So Betty Ann, Sunny is here too. He's right next door. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go talk to her again.
It makes you really understand why we do what we do.
Yes.
We're not out here for the scares. We're out here for the stories, the feelings people have. The families that are left behind here that want to make connection with the people that passed on. So that's an amazing story. What an amazing experience you guys had, and we're really glad to be a part of it.
Cool.
So we decided to continue our investigation. We sent Lisette into the jellyfish room to do a solo spirit box session. Over the next 15 minutes, the evidence caught was truly remarkable.
Alright. So. Hi, my name's Lizzie, or Lisette. Can you tell me your name? I was making sure there's no Tigros on the pillows.
You can't speak into the speaker. It's not a microphone like you did the last time. So just let the spirit. Is the spirit box going?
Yes.
That's what it be. Yeah, just talk and stuff. Just do what it says.
Man. Alright. Can you tell me your name? Oh my god. Guys, this cat ball is not stopping. Guys, this cat ball is not stopping. I also asked what someone's name is, and it sounded like they said Dallas.
That was a show on in the 80s.
Do you guys see this cat ball?
We're gonna bring you a different cat ball.
No, it stopped.
Come again. We're gonna bring you a different cat ball.
No, it stopped.
We'll watch. Cat balls don't normally have issues.
Fuck, that was creepy. That was going on for a while. Alright. What's her name again? Dallas?
There's no one flying around you now. Hey, look. If you're in the room with Lynette, there's a ball on the footstool next to her. Just try to make that thing light up.
Yeah, can you make that ball light up? The one by my foot? Or even over there. I mean, you were right there before. You could try that one. Whichever one you want. The floor, the foot, or you know what? Just try all three. Can you tell me your first name? Do you know where you're at? You said home? What? Oh, hell no!
A cap.
Y'all see that?
This would be just the beginning of an extraordinary experience Lisette would have in the jellyfish room.
Do you know where you're at? You said home? What? Oh, hell no!
A cap.
Y'all see that? Do you know where you're at? You said home? What? Oh, hell no!
A cap.
Y'all see that?
How about that cat ball?
I asked if they know where they're at. They said home, and then they also said something else, but I don't know what they said.
Okay, make sure you thank them for setting the cat ball off.
Hey, I just want to say thank you so much
Ask if it's Betty.
for setting this cat ball off, and thank you for doing all that. Is this Betty? What? Can you try to say what you said again? What? Can you try to say what you said again?
Listen again.
Is this Betty? Do you know who Betty is?
Listen again. You hear a whimper that comes from inside the room with Lisette.
Betty, can you move a cat ball again, or can you say something? You can't hear me? Oh, hell no! Oh my god!
Watch closely. and listen again.
Move a cat ball again, or can you say something? You can't hear me? Oh, hell no! Oh my god! Move a cat ball again, or can you say something? You can't hear me? Oh, hell no! Oh my god!
Lisette, what are you saying to make this cat balls? The cat balls going off, what are you saying?
I'm talking to them, like, I'm talking to them like normal, like, I'm like, hey, if this is Betty, thank you, can you move around, like, just joking with them, you know? Wow, good job. Okay, Betty, you seem like you are a great person to talk to, if this is you. Can you try to talk through this device?
A lot of mist around you.
Can you try to talk through this device, Betty? It's hard to hear you, so maybe can you try to talk a little louder? Or can you, like, go to one of those orbs again? Good job! They did it again. I asked if they could go to an orb, they did it. Good job, Betty.
We're getting mist as well.
Hey, Betty, can you go to another orb, please? Hey, Betty, can you go to another orb, please? Hey, Betty, can you go to another orb? The one right there? Or the one right there? Can you try it again?
Back at the command center,
Betty, which is the mother of Sunny, and in that room earlier, kind of like all just went off for the fourth time.
Can you try it again? Let me ask, is this Betty? Good job! Look at that! This is awesome!
this is some of the most astonishing interaction with the paranormal world ever captured.
Wind. There's nothing. Oh yeah, I see it. There's literally nothing, guys. Like, oh, look at that! Thank you. Whoever this is, I appreciate you.
Do you feel that they are peaceful?
What'd you say?
Do you feel that whatever you're talking to is peaceful?
Yeah, we're having fun right now. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Betty. This is really cool. Look at this. Just know you cannot follow me. Nowhere. You can only stay here. This is your home. All right. Thank you for allowing me here.
We don't think that there's anything wrong with the balls.
You know, I don't think there is anything wrong with the balls because at first it was the ball by the bench that was going off and now it's not going off. Like, I seriously think this is it. Like, there's no wind, no nothing.
Okay, listen. Can you ask them if they can touch a specific ball?
Hey, can you touch that ball on the bench, please? Please. The ball on the bench. Betty, if this is you, I know you can do it. Can you touch that ball on the bench? No. Not that ball.
Seems that they like that ball. I wonder if that ball is dysfunctional. I wonder if we could change that ball out with another ball.
Okay, yeah, if someone wants to come in and change it out, I'm gonna stand here and see if I can try to catch more stuff.
10-4, we're gonna have an investigator come and change out that ball.
10-4. And they're gonna change it out for a different one. You really need to start to like the other ball. It's the ball right there that's right. I have so much stuff going on. Okay.
Hi, Betty.
Betty?
Sunny was amazing.
Someone said hi to you. So we just changed out the cat ball.
Have the balls been switched out?
Yes, they have. So we switched
10-4.
out two balls.
Conversation.
So we switched. Oh heck no!
Yo, that's fucked up, bro.
Dude. All right, Betty. I know you like that ball,
Continue having a conversation.
but
So that
can
is
you?
a different ball.
Can you use that ball right there, please? The ball that is... Can you use that ball right there? Not that one. That one.
So that ball just went off, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Hey. What?
This spirit seems to mimic Lisette. Listen.
Yeah, it did. What? Yeah, it did. What?
You got orbs floating around in that room. You got orbs floating around in that room. You got orbs floating around in that room.
So Betty, I heard you... Betty. 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 Can you touch a different ball? So, you know, I heard you had a good life. Can you tell me how old you are? What the f- How old are you, Betty? Can you touch another ball? You can touch that ball if you want. You can touch it.
You're surrounded.
I'm surrounded. Betty. Who else is here? Who else is here? Is it just is this a woman? Is this a woman? Who else is here? Is it just is this a woman? Is this a woman? Or is this a man? I said, is this a woman or is this a man? And they said man. I said, is this a woman or is this a man? And they said man.
We caught no other voices on the spirit box, and no other evidence was captured over the next several minutes.
Do you want me to keep the cat balls in here? Did you want me to keep the cat balls in here? Okay, I will keep the cat balls in here. I asked if they wanted me to keep the cat balls in here, and I think I heard yes, so. Want me to keep the cat balls in here? Okay, I will keep the cat balls in here. I asked if they wanted me to keep the cat balls in here, and I think I heard yes, so.
The Williamsdale home turned out to be one of the most active paranormal locations that Beyond the Badge Paranormal has investigated so far. We would like to thank Sonny and Connie Richardson for opening up your beautiful home to us.